Hey, it is Coach Randy Byrd. Thank you for being here for the Tuesday coaching call. We do this every single Tuesday, 12:30 Pacific time, 3:30 Eastern. In Hawaii, it's like, I don't know, what is it, 9:30 in the morning, which is okay because I'm going to be there in a couple days. So I'll be on the early train for time. But listen, thank you for being here. This is the new webinar version of our Attract Boss coaching calls for production every single week. You can come on in a webinar format. It's going to be cool. You're going to be able to do Q&A in the chat thread, all that kind of stuff. And then if you have questions, I'll bring you to the stage and invite you into the webinar. So I'm very excited to be here with you, very excited to get this new chapter of how we're going. We're having more people joining the calls, and rather than having the distraction of the Zooms and things, we went to a webinar format, and I'm really, really excited about it. Okay. So anyway, with no further ado, Coach Randy Byrd. I've been in the business 23 years. I've been a coach for over 10 years now, full time. Started with Tom Ferry, started really at Keller Williams prior to that. I was a team leader and a trainer, both locally and regionally. And then natural progression was to start coaching. And I hired a coach at first. I hired Tom Ferry. Cool story. I actually hired him accidentally. I was looking up Mike Ferry and I Googled Mike Ferry coaching. And Tom had a paid ad placement above his dad. It's a true story. So I clicked on it, not knowing. I just saw the first Ferry coaching, clicked on it, went through the process of onboarding. And I'm like, so how long's Mike been doing this? Oh, Mike's the dad. This is Tom's coaching. Mike's the dad. And they made it sound like they were just all one big company. They weren't. They were not even really talking that much at the time. But anyway, it's been a great journey. I love Tom Ferry. We share the same birthday. We just spoke together really and shared the stage. I was closing out the day and he was the keynote speaker of the day, and really cool, full circle. Anyway, I am here today to talk about production coaching for you, things that are going to do to impact your business. I prepared a lot today. You can see all these notes I've prepared. They're for you so you can move the needle in your business. And I'm standing up at my desk. This is how I coach. This is how I prospect. And when I'm chilling out, I'll sit down, but I stand up for the energy and to get things going. When you prospect, maybe you want to stand up when you prospect. So I see people popping into the webinar. If you have any questions, you could put them in chat, and you'll see all the other emojis and stuff that we could put, things that come up on the screens. You could react. You can ask me for questions, anything you want to do. We're going to have Q&A on there. We're going to have breakout rooms, all kinds of cool things as we progress. But the bottom line is, I want to help you impact your business. I want to help you do something that's going to move the needle in your business. And if you're doing anywhere from 4 to about 12 transactions, I guarantee you we can help you double the business in 1 year, right? And I've been doing this for a long time. We've got the fundamentals and things in place. And if you go to my school community, just look up Like a Boss. At universities, it's called Like a Boss University. So all my stuff's Like a Boss coaching, Like a Boss University, and then the Agentpreneur podcast and Agentpreneur on YouTube. Because the reality is the real estate industry's changed. Just today is July 14th. Just today it was announced Keller Williams purchased JMG, Jason Mitchell Group, about 1,000 agents, I think 1,000 to 1,200 agents stationed and really founded right here in Arizona. And Keller Williams took them over. And that's what's going on. We're seeing massive consolidation. Over the last couple of years, we've leveled out at about 4 million sales annually, which is a million sales off. I mean, we were averaging about 5 million sales, 4.85 to 5.2. Call it 4 million, call it 5 million sales. We're now having the last 3 years, 4 million sales. That's a million sales a year less. The bigger companies are getting a bigger bite of that, like EXP, number one in transactions of all brands, publicly traded. Now, I think with Compass and Coldwell Banker, they'll probably take over first because they combined a bunch of transactional business together there. Real and Remax, we're seeing a lot of transition to migrating bigger companies, absorbing smaller ones, and vice versa. Okay. But what I want to talk to you about today, and be very, very specific, is about becoming an attractive character. I love Russell Brunson. He had a 5-day course this week on AI, and he's the master salesman. Everything he does is a sell and an upgrade and a top grade and a premium and a VIP. And here, get into this for free. And then, oh, by the way, if you want the corner seat, you want the padded chair, here's an extra one. He's amazing at doing that, and he does a great job with it. But If you're just joining me, thank you for joining us. Coach Randy Byrd. We do this every week. If you found me, I see a bunch of people in here now. So you found the new webinar link. Thank you for being there. It's in the school community. All the links are in there, as well as we'll put this link out on our YouTube page and all the things. But the bottom line is our school community is now where all the resources and tools and things are. And I've got a 1,200 agent organization. So we do a lot of things that we supply the organization in there. You get it as part of the access. But becoming an attractive character, this is more than just makeup. This is more than like, I know I have a face for radio, right? And we're in video. I get it. Um, I'm self-critiquing myself all the time. But the bottom line is, guess what? You look the same in person as you do on video. A lot of people go, I don't like the way I look on video. You look the same way in public. You got a big head. It's okay, right? It's all right. The bottom line is you look the same as you do in person. And you want to have that real life, demeanor, mantra, and that look about you. You're gonna attract the same, you're gonna attract the right people to you, your avatar. You're gonna attract your tribe to who you are. So be yourself. If you're trying to be somebody you're not, that's not who you really are. That's going to show up later either in integrity, or just they thought you were somebody else that you're not. Be yourself. The right people will come to you. You'll repel the right people. Trust me, right? But becoming an attractive character, everybody wants your time. So I just have some notes I took today, like I talked to you about, but everyone wants your time. Select the few that will earn it. So you could do that the one to many through social media, through YouTube. You could be doing a lot of things in production and video and all that stuff, and being on YouTube, which is 24 hours a day, right? When you run an ad, or when you call somebody and you call them expired, you're sending an email, postcard, all those things are one to one for the most part. YouTube specifically, social media lets you go one to many, right? So you could build a bigger audience that way. And the goal is to get a bigger funnel, top of funnel, get a bigger amount of top of funnel so you can funnel those through to the bottom of the funnel, which then you choose who you want to work with. When you have nobody in the funnel, when they come in this big top of the funnel and they just fly right through it because there's nobody else in there, they come out the bottom. Then that's when you're working with mobile homes and things that you didn't really want to work with, agents and agents you don't want to work with, clients you don't want to work with. All these things come into play when you have scarcity of business. When your business is booming, when you have more leads than you can handle, when you have more customers than you can handle, when you have more listings than you can handle, which is a big number, right? I've got clients that do 1,000 transactions a year. They're carrying 200 listings at any time. There's a well-oiled machine that's running in that system, and it's not all that agent. Matter of fact, it's probably 10% that agent, 90% support team, staff, agents, etc. But a couple other things I had here. Energy is contagious. Your energy on camera, your energy as you show up. Are you positive? Are you negative Nancy? Are you monotone? Right? You want to be yourself, but listen, you want to have enthusiasm for this. Enthusiasm, energy, it's all contagious. Okay. And then relentlessly consistent. My good friend Gil DeMarco, matter of fact, we're doing some things together very soon. She's on vacation. I leave on vacation the day she gets back, like tomorrow. But we're doing some live events. We're doing some agent entrepreneur events, agentpreneur, and we're going to show and teach agents how to become an attractive character, how to be relentlessly consistent in their real estate business. All that's coming, and all that's going to be free as we travel the country and do that kind of stuff. And it may not be free, so I take that back. I'm allowed to. But anyway, this is where it's really, really important, right? When you're reaching out to them, it's only about value. It's not about an ask. So you're demonstrating value the whole time, and then they're going to reach out to you. When they reach out to you, that is the obligation that you have now to respond back in kind. That is when you can ask. That is when you can help them and settle them with information about what you're doing in your business. But again, relentlessly consistent. That means you're posting things consistently. You're doing things consistently. You're doing the things that lead to the opportunity that you have, right? So let's talk about this. Video. How do you earn video value in your real estate business, right? How do you earn value? The way you earn value is by offering value. Sounds super simple, but think about that. The way you earn value is you offer value. Think of it as depositing into a bank. If you walk into a bank you've never been in and you're like, hey, how you doing? I'm Randy Byrd. I want to withdraw some money. They're going to say, who are you? I mean, let's be honest. Let's role play this for a minute. Who are you? You walk up to the counter like you're all dressed up nicely. It doesn't matter. Who are you? Well, I'm Randy Byrd. Okay, good for you. What do you want money for? You haven't deposited anything here. There's nothing to withdraw, right? Let's treat our business the same exact way. If you withdraw before you get to any kind of equity value that you've put into the relationship, that's when you're going to get the hands up. That's when they're not interested. Now, if you could bring value very immediately sometimes, right? When you call somebody that came onto your site and you say, hey, you came on my site, I want to give you value. I want to give you the things you asked for. I want to give you the information on the house, whatever it may be. But a lot of agents start asking for withdrawals without having that deposit. Now, what about if I have that same client that came on my website and I deposit and deposit and deposit and deposit? And now I go, hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? I've deposited 4 or 5 times into you. They know who you are. They know I can trust you, hopefully at this point. Then you can ask for a withdrawal. You could say, hey, do you mind if I try to earn your business? Do you mind if I go show you these properties? Do you mind if I send you properties? Because you've deposited into that bank. Now you could walk in, they recognize you, you could withdraw. It's a great analogy, in my opinion, and it's my call. So how do you create this relentless consistency? 2 to 3 videos a week, or what I say, 2 to 3 videos a week. If you really want to up your game, 5 videos per week. They could be little tiny shorts, a couple of those. They could be long form one. There's a lot of structural value in YouTube to do long form and short form. Long form is really where they want the eyeballs, right? They want to see you doing 8-minute videos and longer and having people retained in that 8 minutes. So you've got to make it something valuable, right? So for instance, you do 5 videos per week. I'd suggest this cadence. You have a business page, personal page. And I'm going to talk about a couple strategies here. You might want to get a pen and paper. And this is recorded, but 5 videos per week. Strategy is business page, personal page. You want to reverse these every single week, meaning that you do 5 videos, 2 personal, 3 business, right? That's a good cadence. On the business page, you don't want any more than 2 personal things a week. I see too many agents with a business real estate page and they're in their swimsuits and then they're showing off their chest, they're showing off their butt, they're at the lake drinking beers, and they think that's a connection to the client. That's not. That is a professional business page. You should treat it as such. But tying in personal things could be valuable, meaning that, hey, we're this Randy Byrd, Premier Electric Group. We're out at date night with my wife. We go on date night every Friday night, and we're at this restaurant tonight. And by the way, if you haven't tried Max Seafood, you got to try it, right? That's one particular way to put personal things onto there. You could also talk about family accomplishments. Hey, my daughter just graduated, #1 softball champs in the state. Things like that are a good blend between business and personal. On personal, same thing. You can run off your personal friends on Facebook by being too much business. I see people with personal pages and then they go, I'm just going to attack my friends on Facebook and just throw real estate down their face. You're going to see your friends dropping. That's not that's not what they're there for, right? So on your personal page, you could blend in. This is where you want to have yourself. Hey man, I lost 20 pounds. I'm at the pool. Look at me, right? This is good. That's personal. Hey, we're going to the Guns N' Roses concert tonight. Hey, we're going out to dinner tonight. Hey, we're having drinks out at Smitty's. All that's cool on your personal page. And then you could weave in 1 or 2 business listing or business focused posts per week. Hey, really happy about my client that just closed escrow 123 Banana Street. This was a tough escrow. It was 40 days. It went over a week because we had all these things going on, but I'm really happy they stuck through it, went through it. By the way, it was a great investment. It rents for $3,000 a month. Things like that could be valuable to your personal people as well. But even better, because that's a self-promotional type event, even better is to add value to your friends about real estate. Hey, friends, I just wanted to bring you some real estate tips and market updates today. The market's up about 15%, which is great to hear. We've had a tough 3 years. Interest rates are still creeping up there. They're still about 6.5%. But I wanted my friends to know what's going on in the real estate space from the top, from me, from my words to your ears, right? The real estate market is steady. It's a buyer's market in my area of Scottsdale, Phoenix, wherever you are. And, that means the buyers have all the power right now. They have the power. They're asking for more repairs. The sellers need to be more forgiving. They need to, before you enter this market as a seller, you need to understand you're going to have to be more forgiving and think about concessions, giving the buyers credits, working through the repairs that you might not have to do in a seller's market. This is a buyer's market. So prepare yourself for that before you list your house on the market. That means that I'm telling my clients what to do. I'm telling my friends what I would do and recommend. Like if they called me going, Randy, Birdman, we're friends. What should I do? I'm getting ready to sell my house. What should I do? Talk like that, right? Don't talk like a salesperson. Talk like a friend saying, hey, let's role play this. Hey, Jim's calling me. He's a buddy of mine. He wants to sell his house. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Hey, Randy, I need to sell my house. Okay, what's going on? What's your motivation? Scale of 1 to 10. Like, do you have to sell it? You got a job transfer, you're getting a divorce, which you're not, but something major is a 10, or is it a 1 where you're just like, let's just dabble. Let's check out the market, see if we can get 700 for this house. We paid 500 a couple of years ago. My neighbor sold for 7. I want to just dabble. Okay. I'm going to recommend they don't enter this market as a seller because this is not a dabbling market. This is a serious need to sell market if you're a seller. And if you're not that way, like in Arizona, it's 110 degrees. If your house is on the market right now, you need to sell, right? Because the buyers are probably 60 to 70% less than they were 2 months ago here. And it's going to be that way for another 2 months while it's 110 degrees in Phoenix. It's just real. The market is very retracted, and the homes that are on the market need to sell. And it's a buyer's market, so they're coming in, guns a slinging. So that's my advice in that. All right. By the way, you could chat in here if you have any questions. There should be a Q&A tool too. I don't see it on my screen. I'll make sure it's there next week. But there's a Q&A where you can ask questions and get involved in the communication of the webinar, which is the whole point of this. And then also we'll have breakout rooms in the future of stuff when we break out and start doing some live role playing, some practicing and things like that. So let me see if the Q&A, yeah, the Q&A is open. You can ask things in the Q&A. And I'll see them pop up on the screen, and then I can answer those questions. Matter of fact, if you're on with me, I got a good handful of people here. Do me a favor, ask a couple silly questions. Just say, "How's your day, Randy?" Anything you want, just so I can make sure the Q&A is working properly and things are going good there. It should pop up on my screen in color. And we went to this new Webinar Plus program that's really interactive. It's really pretty cool. And again, you could do reactions, like you could do things like that on the screen. You could do all kinds of stuff. I think I like the one that's fire. I like that one. That's cool. All right. Okay, cool. Yes, I see you on there. Thank you. My day is great. That's a chat. That's awesome. Do me a favor, see if you can see the Q&A. You might have to click the 3 dots on the screen, and then it'll pop up the Q&A, and you can ask a question there. Let me see if that works. It'd be great if you could test that for me. I'd love you for it. Thank you. All right, cool. Okay, lastly, when we are looking to expand our business, some of the easiest ways are to do it with social media. So this is where I told you to take a pen and paper and write this down. I want you to write down 5/5/5. So 555. And this is really simple when you think about it, but it's a process you have to follow, right? So what I want you to do, and this can be expanded to double, triple, quadruple, as big as you want it to be, you can expand this. But every day, I'm going to recommend that you do a 555 in your business. If you want to enhance your social media presence and awareness, okay, make sure you have a business page that's good, it's valid, it's got your real name, it's got a face that looks like it wasn't from high school, a fairly current picture. Business page is accurate. Your personal page could be closed or not. It's okay, as long as they can find it, right? But the idea is you're on your personal page in your friends, 2,000, 3,000, up to 5,000 personal friends on there. Okay. 555. I want you to do this. I want you to scour through your friends' Facebook posts, and I want you to you could heart it, you could like it, you can put all kinds of things on it, but I want you to do that. And I'm going to show you how to do it in just a minute. And then I want you to go ahead and comment on that particular post. So let's just say they posted, "Hey, I'm super happy about little Billy. Their little 7-year-old softball group just took first place in the city," right? And then they usually will have a trophy or they'll have something there. I want you to like or love or whatever you want to on that post. That's step 1. Step 2 is to comment on that publicly. What you're doing is you're acknowledging the post that they put on. They're looking for people to like their stuff, right? That's why it's there. And thank you. I see the Q&A. Beautiful. I see it. I got it. Love it. I'm going to answer it live. Done. It says I answered it live. That's cool. And then I could also, very cool. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Christy, highlight Christy today. Um, so where was I? 555. So you want to go onto your Facebook and like five people's things, but let's stick one at a time. You find a post you like about little Jimmy winning the softball thing. You like it, love it, whatever you want to do, and then comment on it. And it's best to even, you can acknowledge them by putting at and their first name or spelling their first name. It will highlight their first name so it actually tags them that somebody's mentioned them by name. And it's on their own post, by the way. And you could say, oh, Sally, or at Sally, congrats to little Billy. That must be amazing. How many, how cool is it to have Billy win this? Congratulations, that kind of stuff publicly. Their friends see it. It shoots their friends with endorphin, good feelings. It shoots the person that posted it with endorphins and good feelings, right? That's the whole purpose. It's like a compliment, right? Hey, good job. Congratulations. Pat on the back. That's done socially through this. Now, here's where the secret is. You take that to the DM that's private. You've got it publicly liked and loved. You've got it publicly, you've set a comment. So now other people are seeing it. It's shown up on their thread, by the way, as well, and this person's thread, all that's, and your thread, it's showing up everywhere, right? So now other people can like and love and all these things. And then you go to DM, and this is the secret weapon. On DM, you go, Susie, I posted on your public post about Jimmy, but I just wanted to tell you privately, you're a great mom. Like the fact that you posted that and then everybody looks so happy and stuff really just whatever you want to say. I want to acknowledge you. You're a great mom. Or you could say, hey, I was curious. How do you get into the seventh graders like that? I got a little boy, or my grandson's 6. I'm thinking about getting him into softball. How did you get him into that? That's starting the engagement of that conversation. All right. That's taken that like to a new level by commenting on it. It's taken that comment to a new level, but now you're DMing them personally. Now, as that DM continues, I have DMs that are 15 years old in Facebook, and we've developed long friendships over, and I've never spoke to them, I've never called them, I've never anything, but they know through my Facebook channel that I'm in real estate and that I have 1,200 agents, right? Because I'm tactful about how I put that in there. But here's where the magic happens. That DM allows you to now be in communication. You could take that to a phone call. You could stay in DM for a while if you want to. You could say, hey, do you have, you probably do, but do you have any amazing realtor you know in your area? Number one, if you know one, I'd like to know them so I could put them in my referral database and we're friends. So I'll have an introduction call with them. Or if they don't have a great realtor that they would immediately think of and recommend, sometimes people will go, yeah, I know Jim. I don't know what company Jim's at, and I don't know Jim's last name. You don't have a relationship with Jim. I'm going to earn that relationship, right? But let's just say that they do or they don't. I'm having a conversation. Hey, do you mind if I become that realtor of choice for you in Phoenix, in Redding, in Tallahassee, in Denver, anywhere? And you could be calling people all over the United States because you have a referral network that's huge, right? Doesn't matter what company you're with, you have a referral network. You can handle that client referral for them and be the middleman, right? So you're earning commissions on all this. And also more importantly, you're taking care of them. You've got a friend taking care of them. But I could say, hey, do you have anybody in Denver that you love as a real estate agent? If not, I'd love to apply to be that person, be that go-to person for you. And then I'm just going to go find a great partner agent in Denver, right? So that's what's beautiful about this 555. You do that to 5 people a day. So you take 5 different posts. This whole thing won't take you 10 minutes, 15 minutes, absolute max. You go into your Facebook. I'm going to share my Facebook right now and just give you guys a quick tour of it. Okay. So let me share my screen. I got to get out of my timer that I had. I'm going to pull up Facebook. It's always risky when you do this because here I am doing it live, but this is my Facebook. There's Gail DeMarco. Amazing, right? So she put in, some people come into your life for a moment, but the lessons they leave stay with you forever. Let's read what this is about. It looks pretty cool. And then it says, one of the greatest investments you ever make is in stocks and real estate, getting yourself in the right room. The right rooms will challenge you. Right rooms expand your thinking. Bam, bam, bam. Never, wow, that's amazing. And so she was in a big room and this is important to her, right? So what I would do is I'd like it. I'm going to love it because I loved it, right? So I'm going to hover over it, becomes love. I'm going to hit love. And then I'm going to comment on this. I'm going to just say this. Absolutely, period. Proximity is power, period. Getting in these big rooms have always raised my awareness and challenged my growth, period. I love it, period. Great post, girl. Okay, That's truthful. That's integral. That's exactly what I would say if I was doing a real thing offline with her. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to hit boom. So now I'm the only person that's commented on this post so far. She did it 5 hours ago. Nobody else has commented. She's got six people that put likes on it, but that's not the endorphin hit that I just gave her by saying, great post, girl, getting in big rooms, right? These are big things, right? And then now I could take this to DM. And I'm not going to show you my private DM with Gail because I know Gail well and we might have some personal DMs in there. I want to respect that. But I'd go to her DM now and I'd just start chatting with her. So I'm going to show you another one. Let's go down here to let's just find somebody that I don't know. There's Frank Crano, he's a good buddy. I know most of these people, but I don't know if I've chatted with them in here, right? So let's just go Courtney Benson. I don't know Courtney Benson, I don't think. So I'm going to pull up her post. Okay. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look. As of this, I've not looked at this before, but as of this morning, I've completed 18 rounds of my 28 rounds of irradiation. Oh my gosh, cancer. I go Monday through Friday. Gabe and I have a routine. 8:30, we leave for Plano in his car. I want to read this and I want to internalize this because it's important. This is her schedule every morning. 9:15 arrive at radiation. 9:20 chest out, freeze cold, hold my breath for 20-second intervals 8 times. 9:45 nurses had me along Tootsie Roll as my prize favorite, and they're extra just for me at 10 back home. Wow, that's her daily thing. And she just got, I mean, I don't know Courtney. I don't think I've ever communicated with her, but she's in Plano. I'm going to love the hell out of this. I'm going to love it. It's got 35 people commenting, and I'm going to say, Courtney, I don't know you that well, comma, but what an inspiring post, period. Thank you for posting, period. Cancer is no fun, period. Your routine is impressive, period. Bravo. And I'm going to throw a heart in there. I don't normally heart girls I don't know. Um, this heart's better with the little thing around it, right? So I'm going to hit post and then now watch. I'm going to go. This is real life. I'm going to go to her message. I don't know if I've ever messaged her before. Sat 3 years ago, I messaged her, hey, dig your profile. Hope business is great for you. Marcus picked up. She's a real estate agent. I was probably networking and talking, right? She never responded because it's personal. This time, Courtney, period. I see where I messaged you like 3 years ago, period. I was just touched by your post today, period. I was actually teaching today how to communicate with your friends better, period. This touched me, period. Thank you for the post, period. Have a great day, period. Just wanted to tell you we're rooting for you. All right, that's it. That's integral. That this is posted live on the internet. This is me. This is what I would do, okay? So I want to really share with you that oops, wrong thing, cancel. Um, I was trying to unshare my screen there. Okay. I can't tell if you're back or not. I thought I'd shared my screen, but maybe I messed it up. But anyway, that is the 555. Super powerful. Can you post in the chat if you saw my screen and we were sharing that? I hope you were, because that was a cool demonstration of that. If you could post in chat for me, no screen share. Dang it. That makes me sad because it was cool. I'm going to see if I can, let's see if I can share this entire screen. Do you see my Facebook post now? Post in chat for me. I can see chat. Okay, awesome. So this is the post that I just did on hers. She posted this that I was just talking about as of this morning, the chemo. I loved it. And then I commented it here. And then I took it to personal by going to her profile and then going to her messaging. And I sent her that message right there. right? And I messaged her 3 years ago with no response, but I messaged her that. That's what I wanted to share with you. Sorry I didn't share the first time, but that's a big deal. Like that's truly, I would have done that anyway, but this is good for growth. This is good for supporting your, if you're friends on Facebook, be real, be a friend. Okay. Time's up. I got another call I got to jump on, but thank you for being here. Thanks for the first webinar version of this coaching call. Invite everybody. This is open, broker agnostic. It's open to everybody. You notice I didn't talk about my company very much. It's just, this is for everybody. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for the Q&A. Christy, everybody else, thank you. And I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks for being here. All right. Bye for now.